Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Top 11 Best Mysterious Archaeology Discoveries in the World. So make sure to watch the full video. 11 Stone Spheres in Costa Rica. Mysterious stone spheres. The pre-Columbian settlement of Dique in Costa Rica, now a World Heritage Site. Huge stone spheres, some dating back to 600 AD, adorn the Diquis River Delta in southern Costa Rica. Known locally as Las Bolas, the balls, the monument is a product of pre-Columbian civilization and is mostly made of gabbro, a rock that forms from molten magma. According to archaeologists who study ancient rocks, the people who carved the stones into perfect spheres likely used other smaller stones. Many non-experts claim that the so-called Dique spheres were used for astronomical purposes, while others believe they may have pointed the way to important places. The truth is that no one knows for sure, and this historical mystery may never be solved. The Chibcan people, who once inhabited Costa Rica and other parts of Central America, disappeared after the Spanish conquest, and with it the sphere's purpose disappeared. John W. Hoops, an anthropologist at the University of Kansas, told Jester Daily January 2016. Ken Cleopatra's tomb. Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Cleopatra VII was the last of a series of rulers called the Ptolemies who ruled Egypt between 305 and 30 B.C. While much is known about her intelligence, beauty, and romantic relationships, she had children with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. One fact about Cleopatra remains shrouded in mystery. Cleopatra and Antony committed suicide in 31 BC after their former ally Octavian defeated them at the Battle of Actium. Both authors. Plutarch, A.D. 45-120, is described as a high and beautiful monument located next to the temple of the Egyptian goddess Isis. However, the exact location of this tomb remains a mystery. If anyone does find a lover's tomb, chances are it will be empty, as archaeologists say tomb robbery wasn't uncommon in ancient times. 9. Tomb of Qin Shi Huang. In 1974, farmers in Shanxi Province, China, accidentally unearthed one of the greatest archaeological finds of the 20th century, a life-size terracotta army of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, 259 BC, 210 BC. The intricately carved shapes are no mystery. Historians know that the clay army was created to protect China's first emperor in the afterlife. However, it is not known precisely where the emperor was buried and what treasures were in his tomb. Centimeter photo of ancient terracotta warriors. The pyramid tomb is located about a mile northeast of where the terracotta army was found. However, no one entered the tomb where Qin Shi Huang's remains were located. According to ancient documents, the final resting place of the first emperor is the most luxurious tomb in Chinese history, an underground palace with a kingdom around it. The mausoleum consists of a network of caves and also has a modern drainage system. It remains a mystery whether archaeologists will have the skills needed to safely excavate the tomb, which contains extremely high levels of mercury, as do the many treasures it contains. 8. Atlantis. Santorini, Atlantis 100,723–02. The lost city of Atlantis was discovered in the Greek Bahamas, the islands, Cuba, and even Japan, if all claims are to be believed. 360 BC, first described by the ancient Greek historian Plato. The mythical island was presumed to be a mighty maritime power before sinking into the sea in a cataclysmic event 10,000 years ago. Archaeologists debate the actual historical existence of the island and its most likely location among the many sunken ruins found around the world. But even without conclusive evidence, Atlantis, like any other archaeological mystery, continues to ignite the public imagination. 7. Stonehenge. The prehistoric monument commonly known as Stonehenge adorns the tranquil English fields and is one of the world's most famous landmarks. The ring of megaliths was created about 4,000 years ago, and while an impressive achievement for the primitive man who made it, it's something almost every archaeologist knows for sure. No theories about Stonehenge's original purpose have been confirmed. From an observatory to a religious healing temple. From an observatory to a religious healing temple. 6. Ancient animal traps. Negev Desert 100,723–02. Strings up to 40 miles, 64 kilometers, long, nicknamed kites by scientists for appearing in the air before 300 BC. But it has been abandoned for a long time. Some of the mystery may be solved by a recent study that states that the purpose of the kite is to guide wild animals into small holes where they can easily be killed in large numbers. This efficient system suggests that local hunters know more about the behavior of local fauna than previously thought. 5. Nazca Lines. Nazca Lines 21007230. The Nazca Lines in Peru are nothing special when viewed from the ground from the air. However, they were first spotted by commercial aircraft in the 1920s and 30s. Archaeologists agree that hundreds of giant shapes, from geometric lines to intricate depictions of animals, plants, and fictional characters, were created by the pre-Inca Nazca people over 2,000 years ago. Lighter bottom underneath with your desired design. Why exactly they did that remains a mystery, prompting conspiracy theorists to come up with ideas about alien landings. And ancient astrology archaeologists say the lines most likely were a ceremonial way of communicating with the Nazca gods. For the Great Pyramid. Turnout. Khufu, the largest of the three complex pyramids built in what is now Cairo, built almost 5,000 years ago, stands tall on top of it, and the ancient Egyptians felt the awe of the pharaohs and the afterlife. Archaeologists are still discovering new tunnels and shafts dug inside the pyramids, and even today they are looking for clues about who erected the great monument, how, and why. 3. Shroud of Turin. Perhaps no archaeological find is more controversial than the enigmatic Shroud of Turin, considered by many to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ. No, c. This long piece of twill fabric shows bloodstains and black marks on the man's body. The Catholic Church officially recorded the shroud's existence in A when cloth appeared in a church in Lier, France in 1353. However, the shroud's legend dates back to 30 or 33 AD. According to this legend, the shroud was transported from Judea, now southern Palestine, to Edessa, Turkey, and then to Constantinople, now Istanbul. When the Crusaders sacked Constantinople in 1204 AD, the cloth was taken to Athens, Greece, where it is said to have been stored until BC 1225. It wasn't until the 1980s that researchers got their hands on the tissue to determine its true age through radiocarbon dating. They concluded that Jesus' burial veil was actually made between 1260 and 1260. d. 1390. That said, scientists have determined that the canvas is most likely a medieval forgery. Critics of the study, however, argue that scholars may have dated new parts of the shroud town together centuries after Jesus' death, which explains why the shroud looks newer than it is. 2. Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe, an ancient city in Urfa, Sonli, Turkey. People settled in permanent cities, farmed, and built temples in sequence from 8000 BC. Or are they? A remarkable archaeological discovery in 1994 at Göbekli Tepe, a rural area in Turkey, dispelled these hypotheses and sparked new questions about the evolution of civilization. Contains several rings of huge stone pillars carved with animal images and dated to 10,000 BC. c. Göbekli Tepe is considered the world's oldest place of worship. But evidence also suggests that the people who built it were semi-nomadic hunters who did not know agriculture, and who only arrived in the region 5 centuries later. Because of Göbekli Tepe, archaeologists now have to wonder what came first. Did that configuration lead to settling, or, as always thought, to settling? 1. Ark of the Covenant. This relief depicting the Ark of the Covenant being transported is located in Auch Cathedral in France. The Ark of the Covenant is a gilded wooden box containing the stone tablets on which the 10 Commandments were written, according to the Book of Exodus. In ancient times, this sacred chest was kept in the First Temple, a Jewish temple in Jerusalem. However, the First Temple was destroyed in 587 BC. c. According to the Hebrew Bible, the Babylonian army was led by Nebuchadnezzar II. No one knows exactly what became of the Ark, but many people, both real and imaginary, have visited the Ark since it disappeared. So far no one has found the sacred artifact, except Indiana Jones, of course. Some ancient reports say that the Ark came to Babylon after Nebuchadnezzar sacked the city. Others say the Ark was buried somewhere in Jerusalem or was destroyed along with the First Temple. Contemporaneous reports suggest that the Ark was in an Ethiopian monastery, and the newly translated Hebrew text implies that the Ark of the Covenant will not be opened until the coming of the Messiah, son of David, but will simply be opened. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.